Janice, you didn't find the answer. Kaden has got 40. Okay. How much you're getting? 40. All right. What they have said that AB and CD are parallel to each other. So these two chords are what? Parallel. And you also know chord CD is passing through the center of the circle. So whenever a chord passes through the center of the circle, it happens to be the diameter, right? It happens to be the diameter. The moment you see that there is a diameter given, you should remember the property of diameter of a circle. What is the property? What is the property? Ariyatilla. Where is Alvin? Alvin, what is the property of diameter of a circle? ഞാൻ വടി എടുത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ ശരിയാകും. Milan, what is the property of diameter of a circle? The diameter subtends how much angle at the circumference? 90 degree. That is the property, isn't it? So children, CD is what? The diameter of the circle. So if I ask you, see, what is the angle which we have to find? We have to find angle AEB. So where is angle AEB? Over here. This is the angle which you have to find. So if you ask a question to yourself, what is angle AEB? It is the angle subtended by chord AB on the circumference of the circle. That part is very clear, right? Angle AEB is the angle subtended by chord AB on the circumference of the circle. Now children, how to get the value of AEB? That's a major question. What if I draw a line segment from A to C and ask you how much would be this angle? It has to be 90 degree. Why? Because you know CD is what? The diameter of the circle, isn't it? CD is the diameter of the circle, and the diameter will subtend 90 degree on the circumference. So angle CAD is 90 degree. That part is clear. Now children, you know AB and CD are parallel to each other. Hence, if this angle is 25 degree, this angle will also be equal to 25 degree. So I will label it here, 25. Okay. I don't know whether I'll reach the answer. I'm just giving it a try. Okay. I'm just giving it a try. Then what else? This is 25. This is 25. 90. Children, what if I join B to D? What if I join B to D? Won't I be able to find what is angle ADB? What is angle ADB? There is a way out, children. So for that, I will draw only that required portion of the diagram. Please look at the board and learn it, Shazia. Let me take that cyclic quadrilateral ABCD. Okay. Let me take the cyclic quadrilateral ABCD. Just now, I showed you that this angle is equal to how much? 90 degree. Because CD is the diameter of the circle, diameter subtends 90 degree on the circumference. That part is clear for all? Yes. You knew that this angle is equal to 25 degrees. And at the same time, it was mentioned side AB and side CD are parallel to each other, isn't it? Since they both are parallel to each other, I could say this angle is also equal to what? 25 degree. What is the reason here? Alternate interior angles between two parallel lines. Now children, if I ask you one more question, what kind of a quadrilateral is ABCD? What kind of a quadrilateral is ABCD? Cyclic quadrilateral. And what was the property which I taught you regarding a cyclic quadrilateral yesterday? The opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. That means if you take the sum of the two opposite interior angles, that would be equal to how much? 180 degree. Children, so I can very simply say angle A plus angle D should be equal to 180 degree. Am I making sense? Huh? This angle A and this angle D is the sum of those two angles is equal to 180 degree. If I ask you how much would be the whole of angle A? The whole of this angle A, that would be 90 degree plus that 25 degree. Am I right? The whole of angle A would be that portion which is 90 degree plus the remaining portion which is 25 degrees. Put the plus sign. And if I ask you, how much would be this whole angle D? It would be this 25 degree plus, I'll just take this angle as X. Okay. I'll just take angle ADB as what? X. So that would be 25 plus X, which is equal to 180 degree. Did you all understand this part? So how much is 90 plus 25? 115. 115 plus 25 is 140. So 140 plus X is equal to 180. Therefore, X is equal to 180 minus 140, which is equal to 40 degrees. So children, I was able to find how much is angle ADB. I was able to find how much is angle ADB. How much it is? 40 degrees. Ask the question, what is angle ADB? It is the angle subtended by chord AB on the circumference of the circle. And what is that angle which you need to find? Angle AB. That is also an angle subtended by the same chord AB on the circumference of the circle, isn't it? So you get angle AEB also equal to 40 degrees. Children, did you all follow? Online students, Maria, did you understand? Caitlin, Joel, Amal, Sandra, Loga.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sia got it. Janice, yeah. Very good, very good. So you all know how to write the statement and the reasons? Huh? The most important part, children. You solved it by using the rough figure as well as, by drawing extra figures in your rough page. But now you need to know how to write the statement and the reasons, right? You can't give the answer like this, in this format. Huh? So you need to know how to write it. So what was the first step that you mentioned? The first step. I think it would be angle CAD is equal to 90 degrees, right? This is how you started. See, it's quite obvious, children. You people are drawing the diagram and solving it in the rough mode. So you will remember from where did you start and where did you end, right? So you started with angle CAD, which is 90. And what reason you will mention? CD being the diameter. Just mention CD being the diameter. Okay. Otherwise, you can mention angle subtended by the diameter on the circumference is 90 degree. Even if you mention CD is the diameter, they will accept it. You know the diameter subtends 90 degree on the circumference. That is why you took angle CAD as 90 degree, isn't it? This is a matter of common sense from the examiner's side also. You should understand. Then, children, then you mentioned angle DAB. How much was angle DAB? This angle, it's 25 degrees. And what reason you will mention? Alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. Then what did you do? You took, let's assume angle ADB is equal to X degrees. Okay, this portion. You didn't know that this value was 40 degree. So initially you can just assume that it is equal to X degrees. Now, in the very next step, who is JB? Justin Bieber. No? Justin Bieber. Anyways. Now children, listen. You will write angle C A B plus angle CDB is equal to 180 degree. You all remember what was the reason? The opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary, isn't it? So children, this angle CAB plus angle, this angle CBD is equal to what? 90 degree. So CAB is how much? You can write it here. It is 90 plus 25 plus how much is angle CDB? It is 25 plus x, and that is equal to 180 degree. When you solve this, you will get x is equal to 40 degree. Mention the reason. Cyclic quadrilateral property. That's all. And then you will write angle AEB is also equal to 40 degree. Which property? Angle subtended by the same chord. Okay. Any doubt, children, please ask. Shall I move on? Sachin, did you note it down? Amal, work is over. Next question, and your time starts now. Joel, why you don't come for the offline sessions? I can't hear. Sandra, why you didn't come? Rian, is it visible for you? Is visible? And whatever I'm writing, is it visible? Okay. Okay, Joel. I want to see how many of you remember the method of solving this sum. There is something which I have to teach you in this. Some additional property I have to teach you in this, but you all said that this chapter was over in school and you already gave an exam, right? So I want to see how many of you will solve it.
What is AB, BC, and CD are equal to lines?
Yes. Ron, keep the camera on. Ron, keep the camera on. 2 minutes over. How many of you solved? First one, at least the first one, angle AFE. 130. Okay. You must have solved the sum in school. This is from Selena. For your kind information, this is from Selena.
We already did alternate.
Huh?
We already did alternate.
That method is not good. Because you can skip important sums. Albina. എന്താടി സ്കൂളിൽ പഠിച്ചതല്ലേ നീ പറഞ്ഞത് Maria also didn't solve. Joel, Ron, Caitlin, Sandra, Amal, Loka.
Second one is. Second one.
Bhavesh. Solved it. All right. Now put your pen down. Relax yourself. Listen to me. Joshua, I'll teach. So you remember, children, your maths teacher must have taught you this. When three chords are equal, in length, all the chords will subtend the same angle at the center and even on the circumference, isn't it? So I didn't want to tell you this well in advance because I was just checking how many of you will remember this property. Children, there is some reason that they have said these three chords are equal, isn't it? There is some reason behind it. And what is the reason? Just to give you a clue, that these three chords will subtend the same angle at the center and even on the circumference. All right. So keep that in mind. Now, children, if you want, I can teach you this property separately. Okay. Imagine there is a circle with a center O. I have a chord AB here. Then I have a chord CD here. Imagine both the chords are equal in length. Okay. Imagine both the chords are what? Equal in length. That is AB is equal to 10 centimeter. Then CD is also equal to 10 centimeter. Just assume. In that case, imagine chord AB subtends an angle at the center. Okay. Imagine it is equal to 32 degrees. Then chord CD will also be subtending how much at the center? 32 degrees. Okay. If you want to understand this property, it's very easy. Just assume that both the chords are equal to 10 centimeter. So if one of the chord is subtending 32 degree at the center, the other chord will also subtend 32 degree at the center. So very quickly answer me this question. How much would be the angle subtended by chord AB on the circumference? How much would be angle AB? 16 degree? Yes. Because chord AB subtended 32 at the center. So chord AB will subtend how much at the circumference? The half of 32, which is equal to 16 degrees. Now you answer this question, children. Then how much would be the angle subtended by chord CD at the circumference? CFD. That will also be how much? 16 degrees. All right. So if two or more than two chords are given to you in the circle and all the chords are equal in length, then whatever is the angle subtended by the first chord at the center or on the circumference, the same will be the angle subtended by the other chords on the center or on the circumference. All right. So this is the property. And how will you write the reason? How will you write this property in the board paper? Very simple. Equal chords subtend equal angles. Please make a note of this. Equal chords subtend equal angles. Understood, no, children? Monish? Equal chords subtend equal angles. Very good. Joel and Kaden have solved it. Good. Equal chords subtend equal angles. All right. Now let's get back to the question. So here they have given you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a hexagon in a way, if you see. If you see this entire polygon, children, if you see this entire polygon, what is it? It's a hexagon, isn't it? But we are not going to deal with hexagon. We will deal with cyclic quadrilateral here. Because what is the point in dealing with a hexagon when you don't have any properties related to a hexagon, isn't it? But you have definitely properties related to cyclic quadrilateral. So let's think how we can make use of the properties of cyclic quadrilateral and solve this sum. Okay. Children, they have given you this angle. Angle AD is equal to 110 degree. They are asking you how much is angle AFE. This is the angle which you have to find. So how will you start thinking over it? And children, one more important data. What is it? AD is what? AD is the diameter of the circle. Yeah, the moment you see diameter, you'll get some idea. And what is that? Diameter subtends 90 degree on the circumference. Very good. All right. So children, what we are going to do? Cyclic quadrilateral property. All right. So if you all say cyclic quadrilateral property, I can say this angle is equal to how much? 70 degree. I hope you all got it. Now, children, you know this angle will be how much? 90 degrees. Because you know AD is the diameter of the circle. Therefore, angle AFD will be equal to 90 degrees. All right. Now, children, in that case, you will get this angle. How much it is? 20 degrees. All right. So angle ADF is equal to 20 degrees. Have they mentioned anything parallel here? No, isn't it? They haven't mentioned that FE and AD are parallel to each other. Okay. Children, then how did you answer this angle is 20 degree? You don't know whether FE and AD are parallel to each other. Some of the students had answered me 20 degrees. Yeah. Caitlin, how did you get 20 degrees? Not possible, not 20 degrees. Children, just check your textbook. If they have missed out something over here, this is question number 2. I don't know which exercise is this. If they have given FE is parallel to AD, instantly you will get the answer, 20 degrees. Just check the question. Where is your textbook? Where is your textbook? Where is your textbook? I tell you, when you come for offline class, you have to carry your textbook. Jovan, where is your textbook? Cinema ആണ് വരുന്നത് ഇവിടെ. Maria, can you please check and tell me? Angle FAD. Now, Amal, but we are finding angle AFE, no? We are trying to find what is angle AFE.
So we can, if we find what is.
Is it mentioned that FE and AD are parallel to each other? It is not mentioned. Okay.
So.
All right. Joya has taken AD is equal to 90 degree. Acha, we'll find it out, children. Wait a minute.
So we can use AF as a chord.
Just a minute.
AF as a chord.
Any other data given? Yes.
Sir,
AEF.
sir, the question we have to find AEF, sir. That's why I sent 20.
Oh, okay. Acha, so this is wrong. We have to find what? Oh, AEF we have to find. So AEF is this. This angle we have to find, no? So, wait a minute. We'll redo it, children. So for me, it was wrong. Okay. Anyways, AEF is what we have to find. The figure is correct. Gopika, is the figure correct? All right. Well, then it is very easy, no? Angle AEF. Because you all know how much is this angle, children?
90.
90 degree. How much is angle AED? You all know that this angle AED, how much it should be? It should be 90 degrees. But they have given you the whole of this angle as what? 110 degrees, isn't it? So from that 110 degrees, if you subtract that 90 degrees, how much will be left? Only 20 degrees will be left. So yes. If it is AFD or AFE, you cannot find the answer, children. Otherwise, they should have given FE parallel to AD. Isn't it? Okay. It's children, did you all follow? Hello, Joshua. Understood? Online students, Maria, Sia, everyone. Understood? Jana is ready. Okay. 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 The next question, angle FAB. Angle FAB. This whole angle you have to find, angle FAB. Now listen, children. I think to find angle FAB, you need to find two different angles first. One is this angle FAD, isn't it? First, you need to find what is angle FAD, this portion. Angle FAD. And then you have to find what is angle BAD. And then when you combine both of them, you will be able to get what? Angle FAB. Am I right? You need to find both those angles separately and then club it together. All right. But I think FAD was already found before by using cyclic quadrilateral property, isn't it? Perfect. So this angle you already got 70 degrees. Now we have to think about angle BAD. Acha, children, listen.
We can
You know all these three chords are what? Equal in measurement, isn't it? So I'll do one thing, children. I'll draw a separate figure for you. Listen, I'll show you. If I ask you, AD being the diameter of the circle, at this point O, how much would be the angle? 180 degree, isn't it? AD is what? The diameter. Diameter is a straight line. At any point on a straight line, if I ask you, what is the angle measurement? The answer should be 180 degrees. You all agree? Now, children, you have the three chords. One is chord AB, other one is chord CD, and the other one is BC. Let me join A to B, then B to C, and then C to D. Am I right, children? This is what they have given to us. Three different chords. AB, BC, CD. All the three chords are equal. And what did I teach you a while ago? That if all the three chords are equal, then they will be subtending equal angles at the center. Isn't it? At the center, how much is the total angle to be distributed? It is 180 degrees, isn't it? So these three chords will be subtending how much at the center? If it has to be equal, 60, 60, 60 degrees, right? So I could say this angle AOB is equal to 60 degrees. I will label it here. This angle is 60. Okay. Now, if I ask you one more question, what is OA and OB? The radii of the same circle, isn't it? Did you notice it here? What is OA and OB? The radii of the same circle. Now, children, if triangle, in this triangle OAB, if OA and OB are equal, just because they both are the radii of the same circle, what kind of a triangle it is? Isosceles triangle. You know how much is the angle produced at the center? It is 60 degrees, right? Then children, how much would be these two angles? 60, 60 each. Why? The sum of the all three angles is 180, out of which the central angle is 60 degree. So 180 minus 60, 120. That 120 has to be equally distributed amongst these two angles. Make sense? So children, I'll be getting this angle as what? 60 degree. Now, as I said, angle FAB is a combination of angle FAD and angle BAD. Did you get both the angles? Yes. Angle FAD is 70 and angle BAD is 60. So the sum of those two angles would be how much? 70 plus 60, 130. That is your answer. Okay. Pavish, is it clear? Online students, is it clear? Janice, Freddy, everyone, Gautam, Ron, Sandra, Afnan, Amal, just let me know, children.
Yes, sir.
Loga, you please get out of the class if you can't switch on the camera. Sandra, Afnan, keep the camera on, otherwise just get out of the class. Jaren, yes, Amal, tell me. Children, if you have any doubt in this question, please ask right away. Any doubt? No. Yes, what is the doubt?
What if we find ACD, which is 90 degree,
What if we find AC?
D,
D.
90 degree?
Huh.
And then,
Wait, let me erase this.
sorry. I made a mistake. Sorry, sir.
Yes, Shazia? No. R, OB and OC? They are equal? Yeah, they are equal because OB and OC are what? Radii of the same circle. Right. Will you all write the statements and the reasons on your own? You can do it, no? Yeah, let's move on to the next sum. Amal, so what was your question? If you draw a line from F to D, then angle A is 110 because angle subtended by same chord, F to D. If I draw it from F to D, angle A is 110 because angle subtended by same chord.
Different segment.
Angle A is 70, 110. They both are happening in two different segments, no? Amal? Amal, see this? This is happening where? In the minus segment. And this angle is happening where? In the major segment. Right? So that property does not hold. Okay, Amal. The property which we have learned, no? Equal chord or angle subtended by the same chord on the circumference, it should be happening in the same segment. Either it should be happening in the major segment or it should be happening in the minor segment. But here both of them are happening in two different segments. FAD happens in the major segment. FED happens in the minor segment. That is why. Okay, that property is not applicable here, but a very good doubt. Okay, keep asking doubts like this. You people don't have any doubts? Oh, understood everything. Then do the next one. Yeah, a very good question. Sachin, did you note down everything so far? Just a minute. Sachin, try to come for offline classes every day. No matter even if it is raining heavily. Did you get that? The next sum is on the screen. Start.
Where is center? So center of
This is what. Children, start doing. Got the answer. Good job. Monish, solved it. Good.
one twenty.
Loga, switch on the camera, I said. Sandra, Freddy,
Sir,
very
it's
good.
on.
It's not on. I can't see you.
Sir, can you hear me?
One 50 is what everyone is saying. Gotham, what about you? Everyone got? Mohammed? Hussein, you got the answer? Joshua? Janice? Afnan? Solved it?
Yes, sir.
Loga, I can hear you, but your video is not visible to me. Very good, Janice, Joel. All right. Is there anybody who needs help? Just raise your hand. Second part. Okay. Stop discussing. Very good, Maria. Pavish, go and sit in the last bench. Stand up. Give him space to move. No. Very good. Jaren has also solved it. Okay, now listen. So what they have given here, circle is there with a center O. Then chord PQ, chord QR, and chord RS. There are three different chords, isn't it? And all the three chords are what? Equal. So whenever they mention that there are two or more than two chords which are equal, the property which you have to apply is what? Equal chords subtend equal angle at the center or on the circumference, right? Now here, children, one important data is given to you. Angle PTS is equal to 75 degrees. Angle PTS is equal to 75 degrees. So if I ask you which chord would subtend 75 degree on the circumference, your answer would have been angle PTS. Makes sense, no? Angle PTS is what? The angle subtended by chord PS on the circumference of the circle. All right. Very important data. Now, children, they are asking us to find angle POS. This angle POS. The first one was very easy to solve. In 1 second, you would have got it. The angle subtended by PS on the circumference is 75. So the angle subtended by PS at the center would be the double of 75. And that is equal to 150 degrees. Right? Good. Now, the second question is angle QOR. So ask yourself, children, what is angle QOR? It is the angle subtended by chord QR on the center of the circle. Right? Chord QR on the center of the circle. This is what they are asking us to find. Now, don't you feel whatever is the angle subtended by chord QR at the center, the same would have been, Joshua, look here, the same would have been the angle subtended by chord PQ at the center of the circle, and the same would have been the angle subtended by chord SR on the center of the circle. Do you all agree with this? Just now I said equal chords subtend equal angle at the center and even on the circumference. Anyways, we are dealing with only the angle subtended at the center in this question, right? So they were asking us to find what angle QOR. So I got to know that whatever is angle QOR, the same will be angle POQ and the same will be angle ROS. Okay, Arni, want to freshen up? Yeah. So children, how to find angle QOR? So I will draw a separate figure here. Okay. This is P, this is O, and this is S. Okay. How much is angle POS? Just now you said it is 150 degree. Angle POS is equal to 150 degree. Huh? If I ask you, then in that case, how much would be the angle subtended by chord PQ, chord QR, and chord RS? How much it would be? 50, 50, 50. Why? Because the total angle at the center was how much? 150 degree, isn't it? Now chord PQ, QR, and RS are equal in measurement. So equal chords subtend equal angle at the center, isn't it? That means this whole angle 150 degree has to be divided into how many equal parts? 3 equal parts. That will give you 50 degrees. That means PQ will subtend 50 at the center, QR will subtend 50 at the center, and RS will subtend 50 at the center. Understood? Huh? Children, it's all about visualization. If that doesn't work, you won't be able to solve circle related sums. Okay? A lot of visualization is needed. All right. So I hope you all were able to visualize this part and then solve it. All right. So the first part, anyways, you know what the statement should be and even the reason. Joshua, is it clear? Yes. Hussain, is it clear? Okay. So, children, the second part, how will you write the answer? Very simple it is. Angle QOR is equal to the whole of 150 degree divided by 3, which is equal to 50 degrees. And what reason you will mention here? Angle subtended by equal chords. Angle subtended by equal chords are equal at the center. See here, did you follow everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and many of them have got Ron, Amal, Maria. Maria is 150, no? They have also asked you to find PQR. Now, children, I'll do one thing. I'll ask you an additional question. Find angle PQR here. Find angle PQR. How much? 130. Is there in the question? Okay, here it wasn't there. So no, when I copy paste from Google, I don't get it. Very good. Sandra has got 130. Janice is saying it is 100. What is the answer? 130. Janice, I think you went wrong. Redo it. Amal has got 130. How many of you got 130 here? Please raise your hand. Okay, many students are still doing it. This angle, children. This angle PQR.
130.
Okay, I have a question for you. How many of you applied a reflex angle property in this for finding angle PQR? How many of you applied reflex angle property here? Nobody applied it? Yeah, that's something which I wanted you to do, children. I know what you must have done. OP and OQ are what? Radii of the same circle. So the central angle is 50. This angle is how much? 65. 65. This is also 65. Then you clubbed both of them. So you got 65 plus 65, 130. Perfect, children. You'll get full marks for that. But otherwise, if you had just thought it in a different angle, you could have also applied a reflex angle property, children. See this. This is your center, right? This is P. This is Q. And this is what? R. If I ask you how much would have been angle POR? 100 degree. Angle POR, children, this angle. It would have been how much? 50 plus 50, which is 100 degrees. So if I ask you, how much would have been reflex angle POR? Reflex angle POR would have been total 360 degree minus 100 degree, which is equal to 260 degrees, right? Which would have been 260 degrees. So if the reflex angle at the center subtended by chord PR is 260 degrees, then how much would have been the angle subtended by chord PR on the circumference? It would have been the half of 260. That is again equal to 130 degrees. Children, I would suggest you to go with the same method which you applied. Okay, but it is always better to learn one alternative method. Okay, it's always better to learn one alternate method. What if you suddenly forget that method which you used to do? Huh? All of a sudden, the other alternate method will come into your mind. All right. Nabil, what happened? Were you listening to me? So which property I taught you now? Reflex angle property. Children, one more sum. You need a 5-minute break? All right. Children, go for a break. Come back by 6:05. Okay. Now, imagine there is a circle. There is a circle with a center. All right. And I'm telling you, AB is a chord. AB is a chord. This AB happens to be one of the sides of a square. This AB happens to be one of the sides of a square. And then I'm directly asking you, how much would be the angle subtended by this chord AB at the center of the circle? This is my question. Okay. I'm giving you a circle with a center O. Then I'm telling you there is a chord AB. And then I'm telling you that this chord AB happens to be the side of a square. Children, what is the speciality of a square? You all know the speciality of a square. All the four sides are what? Equal. All the four sides are equal. Isn't it? Now, you know, all the four sides in a square are equal. Now, I am telling you, AB is one of those sides. The chord AB which I have taken here, children. Now, the chord AB which I have taken here. Not taken here. That is one of the sides of a square ABCD. After that, if I ask you, what would be the angle subtended by this chord AB at the center of the circle? You know what is the technique to find the answer? You have learned this in school. Don't say that they haven't taught you this. Children, if I ask you, what would be angle AOB? It's very easy. Just take 360 degree. What is 360 degree? It is the angle which is formed at a point, isn't it? Take that whole of 360 degree and divide it by the number of sides which a square has. How many sides does a square has? It has got 4. So how much is 360 by 4? It is equal to 90 degrees. So I can say the angle subtended by chord AB, which happens to be the side of a square at the center, is 90 degrees. All right. Now children, one more example. Imagine a circle with center O is given, and I'm giving you a chord AB. I'm giving you a chord AB. And I'm telling you that this chord AB is one of the sides of a regular pentagon. It is one of the sides of a regular pentagon. Now we all know what a regular pentagon is. In class 9, there was a chapter called rectilinear figures. In rectilinear figures, you had learned what is a regular pentagon, what is a regular hexagon, heptagon, octagon, nonagon, decagon. Now you all must have forgotten it. Anyways, let me teach you. Children, imagine I give you a 5-sided polygon. Imagine I'm giving you a 5-sided polygon, A, B, C, D, E. And I'm telling you that all the 5 sides of this pentagon are equal. Okay, it's a 5-sided polygon, so it is a pentagon. Now, children, and I'm telling you all the 5 sides of this pentagon are what? Equal. If all the 5 sides of the pentagon are equal, indirectly you can assume that all the 5 angles of this pentagon are also equal. Now, let me come to the main point. Children, what is a regular pentagon? A regular pentagon is a pentagon whose all the 5 sides and all the 5 angles are equal. Okay, all the 5 sides and all the 5 angles are equal. Now, what was my question? There is a circle with center O with a chord AB. And what did I say? This chord AB happens to be the side of a regular pentagon. In that case, if I ask you, what would be the angle subtended by this chord AB? It would be the whole of 360 degree divided by the number of sides that a regular pentagon has got. How many sides does a regular pentagon has? 5 sides, which is equal to 72 degree. So always remember, children, if the given chord happens to be the side of a regular pentagon, the angle subtended by that chord at the center would be how much? 360 by 5, which is equal to 72. Okay, 72. I will generalize this property not now, but later. Okay, you try to understand it for each and every polygons. Okay, one more question, children. Suppose a circle with center O is given, and there is a chord AB. And I'm telling you, this chord AB happens to be one of the sides of a regular hexagon. Okay, it happens to be the side of a regular hexagon. In that case, how much would be the angle subtended by chord AB at the center? How much it would be? Very simple, isn't it? No, it was easy. Now, children, what you did? You got an idea in a regular hexagon, how many sides it has got. N is equal to 6. In that case, if I ask you how much would be angle AOB, it would be the whole of 360 divided by 6. And that is equal to 60 degrees. Understood? Now, children, let me generalize whatever we learned. In the first case, I took AB as the side of a square. In the second case, I took AB as the side of a regular, sorry, in the second case, I took AB as the side of a regular pentagon. And in the third case, I took AB as the side of a regular hexagon. Isn't it? Children, whenever a particular chord is given to you and they mention that this chord is the side of a regular polygon. Now, the regular polygon can be a square, it can be a regular pentagon, regular hexagon, regular heptagon, regular octagon, regular nonagon, regular decagon, or any regular polygon, children. Huh? And if they ask you to find what is the angle subtended by that chord at the center of the circle, just determine what is the number of sides that regular polygon has got, and then divide it with 360. I mean, divide 360 with that number of sides. All right, Milan, answer this question. A circle with center O, chord AB is given, okay? And AB is the side of a regular nonagon. Nonagon. If you open your mouth, I'll put the stick inside your mouth, I'm telling you, Sean. What would be the angle subtended by chord AB at the center of the circle?
40.
Did I ask you? You pick the stick. Pick the stick. You don't give me the answer. Just tell me how will you solve it.
Sir, 360 by എത്ര side ഉണ്ട്?
എത്ര side ഉണ്ട്?
9.
അതെന്താ നിനക്ക് പറഞ്ഞാൽ 360 by 9 is എത്ര? When I teach you something, better you pay attention. Get back. What is the answer, children? What is the answer? 40 degree. Because you know, in a regular nonagon, the number of sides will be what? 9. Right? The number of sides will be 9. Therefore, the angle subtended by chord AB at the center would be total 360 degree divided by 9. Okay. And children, this is one property where you don't have to mention, which you don't have to mention in the board paper. Suppose you are finding angle AOB. You wrote angle AOB is equal to 360 by 9. That is equal to 40 degree. You just need to mention AB is the side of a regular nonagon. That's all you have to write. Okay, whatever is given in the question, you just copy paste it. All right, you don't have to write that the angle subtended by chord AB, which is a part of a regular nonagon at the center of the circle is equal to so and so. No need to mention it. Just mention AB is the side of a regular nonagon.
So till how many sides do you have to learn?
Till 9, max to max 9, not more than that. Okay, even if it is, suppose children, if I give you a regular 12gon. What is the meaning of regular 12gon? It is a polygon which has got 12 sides. And it is a regular 12gon. That means all the 12 sides of this polygon will be what? Equal. All right. And if I ask you, in that case, how much would be angle AOB? Exactly. You just need to divide 360 degree with the number of sides which has got. That is equal to 30 degrees. Make sense? So children, this property which you have learned today, that is applicable only when the given chords are the sides of regular polygons. Okay? When the given chords are the sides of regular polygons. And if they ask you this question, definitely they will mention that AB is the side of a regular pentagon or a hexagon or a heptagon or whatever it is. All right? Fine. So children, I have given you the idea about this property. Now solve this sum. Start.
Side.
Very good, Maria. Yes. Alvin, still increasing. Speed. 60. The first one is 60, right? AOB, because AB is the side of a regular six-sided polygon or a regular hexagon. So it should be 360 by 6, which is equal to 60. Very good. Do the second part. ACB. Solve all the three. Okay. Huh? How much? Alvina, what is the answer? And ACB? ACB 45? Okay, online students are also answering with the same. Jeevan? Solve it, women. Are write and solve. Start writing, then you will get it. Gautam, 45 is the first one, the second one, ACB. Joel, 45, okay. So anyways, angle AOB is how much? The first one, AOB, 60 degree, 60 degree. Okay. So ACB will be, ACB is how much? How 45? It's a half of 60, no? It's 30 degree. Why? Because see, AB is subtending how much at the center of the circle? 60 degree. They are asking you what is angle ACB. Anoki, what is angle ACB? It is the angle subtended by chord AB on the circumference of the circle. So this happens to be 60 by 2. That is equal to 30 degrees. Am I right? 60 by 2, which is 30 degrees. And what is angle ABC, the last one? What? Achha. What is AC, by the way? AC is the side of a regular 8-sided polygon, octagon, right? So I think you can find how much would have been angle AOC. Angle AOC would have been 360 degree divided by 8. That is equal to 45 degrees. But they are asking us to find what? Angle ABC. Isn't it? How much would be angle ABC? It's just the half of 45 degrees. That is equal to 22.5 degrees. Got all the three. Okay. Hey, children, please understand. They have given you chord AC and they have mentioned what is AC. Is the side of a regular octagon. Huh? The moment you see the word regular octagon, think of this property. How much would that chord subtend at the center of the circle? In a regular octagon, how many sides are there? 8 sides are there. So AC will be subtending how much at the center? 360 by 8. That is equal to 45 degrees. But that, Gopika, but that wasn't the question. They were asking us to find what? Angle ABC. And what is angle ABC? It is the angle subtended by the same chord AC at the circumference of the circle. So how much it should be? The half of 45 degrees. That is equal to 22.5 degrees. Online students, did you all follow it? Huh? Good. All followed it? Yeah. So children, in tomorrow's session, what we are going to do, we will be solving more number of sums based on this property, where the chord is the side of a regular polygon. More of sums we will solve in this exercise. After that, we will be learning the properties of tangents and chords. Okay, tangents and chords, hardly you will find two properties. Very simple they are. And then we can solve the entire exercise. Two properties I'll teach you in tangents and chords, and then you can solve the entire exercise. All right. This chapter is very easy, children. Just that you have to imagine a lot. If imagine comes at the right time, I'm telling you, you will get the right answer. Now, one important point regarding this chapter, children. Okay, it's the highlight. Never expect to solve the sums of circles and trigonometric identities and ratio and proportion in the very first attempt. Never expect that. Never expect from yourself that you can solve the sums of circles, then ratio and proportion, and trigonometric identities in the very first attempt. The reason is circles. Children, you must be imagining the given figure, and then there are chances that you might go wrong at times, isn't it? You had to turn towards the right, you took the left turn, and you found some other angle, and then you couldn't enter in the required solution. It can happen. Don't get disappointed. Just that you had taken a wrong turn. That can also be rectified, isn't it? Cancel it and redo it. And then take the turn which is the appropriate one. Okay. Anyways, you people are familiar with all the properties, what we have done in the class. Hardly 2 or 3 properties are left now. All right. Now, the second chapter, trigonometric identities. I tell you always, those identities which you have to prove that has been designed by somebody else. So you don't know how the other person thought at the time of creating those identities. So in the first attempt, you may not be able to reach out to that solution, even the second or the third attempt. But there will be a time when you will reach the correct result. All right. And even ratio and proportion, children. You will get proof that sums in ratio and proportion. In the initial stage, you may have to apply K method, but you applied some other method. B square is equal to AC, and you messed it up. So once you mess it up, you come to know, Acha, this wasn't the right method. I have to go with the K method. So once you apply the right method, you will get the answer. So these are the chapters where you cannot predict that in the very first attempt, you will get the right answer. So the bottom line is don't get disheartened. Don't lose hope. Okay. In the second or in the third attempt, certainly you will be getting the right one. Okay. Fine, children. So those who still have doubts, those who haven't understood the concepts, please do watch the recorded videos once more and make the concepts thorough, complete. All right. Fine. So it's enough for the day, children. Thank you so much for joining on a Sunday. We'll meet you on Monday. That is tomorrow. Bye, children. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you,
Take
sir.
care.
Bye, sir.
Bye, children. Bye.
Thank you, sir.